Monterey. One of the first Spanish settlers in Monterey was Gaspar de Portula, who is considered the city's founder. Around 1777, Monterey became the capital of California. It remained the capital under Spanish and Mexican rule. When sardines were abundant, fishermen brought their day's catch to canneries on the Monterey Wharf. Today, this area is the site of the Monterey Aquarium. Abalone, a rock-clinging mollusk, is found along the California coast and is valued for its meat and its shell. The shells are lined with an iridescent material called mother of pearl. During their annual migration, thousands of monarch butterflies stop in the pines in Pacific Grove. The trees appear to be blooming with butterflies. Monterey Jack was the first cheese native to California. It is named for David Jacks, who first produced it near Monterey. The artichoke was introduced to California by Italians. The Salinas Valley is the major United States producer of this vegetable. Brussels sprouts are also grown in this Mediterranean-like climate. San Francisco. Until it was renamed in 1847, San Francisco was called Yerba Buena, which means good herb, after the wild mint that grew there. The San Francisco cable cars are state historical landmarks. They are the only ones left in the world. Mark Twain, which means 2 fathoms deep, was a term that Samuel Clemens used while working on Mississippi riverboats. Clemens, who used Mark Twain as his pen name, wrote many stories about California and the West. In 1906, an earthquake and fire destroyed much of San Francisco, but its citizens eventually rebuilt the city. The phoenix, a mythical bird reborn from its own ashes, is San Francisco's symbol. Domingo Ghirardelli began making chocolate in San Francisco in 1852, and you can still watch it being made in Ghirardelli Square. San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge is almost 2 miles long. Maintenance crews continuously refurbish the bridge using 10,000 gallons of orange paint every year. Sonoma. The land we call California has been claimed by many people: the Native Americans, the Spanish, the Mexicans, and the American settlers. Manifest Destiny was a journalistic phrase first used in the 1840s. It meant that the United States should claim the land from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. This idea fueled arguments between the United States and Mexico about who owned California. In 1846, American settlers peacefully took over the Mexican fort in Sonoma from General Mariano Vallejo. They carried a homemade flag featuring a grizzly bear as a symbol of strength and proclaimed California a new republic. This was called the Bear Flag Revolt. Since the mid-1800s, Sonoma Valley and Napa Valley have been leaders in California winemaking or viticulture. The golden eagle and the bald eagle are native to California. Once there were so many eagles in California that over 20 places were named after them. The coast Miwok, the original inhabitants of the Sonoma area, made thatched, willow-framed houses. Eureka. Eureka means I have found it in Greek. Eureka was founded in 1850 as a gold mining town. It later became a logging and fishing center. In Humboldt Bay, you can catch rockfish, Dungeness crab, salmon, shrimp, and oysters. In the 1800s, William Carson, a lumber baron, built a large home with a distinctive architecture. Today, many homes in the Eureka area are built or preserved in the same Victorian style as the William Carson Mansion. Redwood National Park is home to the California redwoods. Some are over 1,000 years old and can weigh 500 tons. Although these are the tallest trees in the world, one of their pine cones, which may contain up to 60 seeds, would fit in a tablespoon. Many Native American tribes revered the grizzly bear. One tribe of this area, the Hupa, believed that the spirits of grandmothers lived inside the grizzlies. For this reason, they never killed them. Due to hunting and trapping by other groups, the grizzly bear is now considered extinct in California. Sacramento. Sacramento is the capital of California. The Capitol building is surrounded by 800 trees and shrubs from around the world. Camellia plants, with their delicate blooms, also flourish in Sacramento, which claims to be the camellia capital of the world. Sacramento is located where the American and Sacramento rivers come together. The Sacramento Delta is a triangular plain that has been created from deposits of earth and sand from the rivers. This delta is full of waterways, swamps, marshes, and wet peat, a perfect place to grow produce. In the early 1860s, before telephones, telegraphs, or railroads, people in California communicated with those in the rest of the country by Pony Express. Horseback riders relayed messages from the east to Sacramento, the western end of the line. In the late 1800s, Theodore Judea hoped to connect the country by transcontinental railroad. He promoted the Central Pacific Railroad Company, which began laying track in Sacramento toward the east. Coloma. James W. Marshall and John Sutter went into business together in 1847 to build a sawmill. John Sutter provided land and money, and James Marshall agreed to build the mill. In 1848, before the sawmill was finished, James Marshall discovered gold at the mill site. By 1849, thousands of prospectors had rushed to California to strike it rich. Mining towns cropped up all over the lower mountain elevations, including Orville, Rough and Ready, Gold Run, El Dorado, and Fiddletown. Many people made money by selling goods during the gold rush. At a factory in San Francisco, Levi Strauss made heavy-duty pants out of denim. He reinforced the seams with copper rivets and sold them to miners and farmers. Today, they are still known as Levi's jeans. The banjo and the harmonica were familiar musical instruments during the gold rush days. They were easy to cart along, and they brought music and merriment to the sometimes lonesome and difficult lives of the prospectors. Yosemite. Yosemite Valley, located in the Sierra Nevada mountains, is known for its rock cliffs and waterfalls. There are more waterfalls in Yosemite than anywhere else in the world. A monolith is a single block of stone that is unusually large. Yosemite has monoliths that are the size of mountains. Some of Yosemite's majestic rock forms include Half Dome, Three Brothers, El Capitan, and Cathedral Rocks. John Muir, a naturalist who loved the beauty of the outdoors, was dedicated to protecting Yosemite's natural resources. Have you ever heard of Hetchy Valley? It was another beautiful valley in Yosemite, but it could not be protected from development. A dam was built, and the valley is now underwater. It has become a reservoir to supply water to San Francisco. Yosemite is home to the American black bear, the Stelter's jay, and abundant mule deer. The Mono Lake Piatots, a tribe in the Yosemite area, are known for their beautiful, intricate baskets.